Who's your gardener here? Hello, YouTube. Well, I finished up the project I had here in this garden bed, and it is ready for planting. Looks good, ready to go. Need a few more warm days. We've got a cold snap coming. I think Wednesday it's supposed to be like 70 something, and then Thursday is supposed to drop down to 32. So not ready to put plants out yet, but it's on its way. We've got this garden bed ready to go. Got all the vines off of the trellis. I've got my other raised beds down there. You can see my son working on his pickup truck. I've got an arch over that walkway there. I've got to get the vines cleared off of it from the pole beans last year. Still got the cattle panels, some of them in here in the garden bed. Sorry about the traffic noise back here. I live out in the country, but all these farmers and stuff have a lot of big trucks and farm trucks and whatnot. Anyways, I made this today. So I made us a tunnel trellis. I just put it in there as it's going to be permanent. That way next year I can plant tomatoes and stuff on the outside of this bed, or outside of this trellis this year, I'm sorry. And I'll plant tomatoes on this side of the trellis. In the middle here, I can actually put in some shade type crops until, of course, they get completely covered up. Then growing in here is going to be done. But then next year I can alternate my crop, and I can put pole beans on here, or I can put cucumbers on here, or I could put spaghetti squash on here. It's just going to be a permanent structure. All they are is cattle panels. You can see here I've just tied them together with aluminum ties for like chain link fencing. That's a little more permanent, and it will allow it to weather a whole lot better. A lot of times when I throw something together real quick, I'll use zip ties. And zip ties will be okay from like year to year. But for something that's a little going to be here permanently for a while, I like to use something a little more long lasting. And I basically went down about four square holes and put another one, then 4 square holes and put another one. And then I just drove, these are old pipes, conduit pipes that I collected from somewhere. Somebody gave me, throwed away something. And I put those in this year just to hold them all. But I think it's going to work out well. Like I said, I can alternate between this trellis and that trellis, and then I have a trellis down there by my that is a retaining wall back there. You can see my property's on a hill here, and that's a retaining wall. So I've got a bed there, a small bed there, and then I have a long bed right there on the wall, and then a short bed over here on the other side, and then there is an arch between those two. Sometimes I put cucumbers down there, but this is going to give me a whole lot more versatility in growing growing vertically between this bed, now that one. It's going to allow me to alternate. I also have a little trellis back here that I grow stuff on every once in a while. It's not very big. Yes, the grass needs mowed. Problem is my mower needs tires, and and they didn't have the right size that I needed. I was going to get them today and get them on and get to mowing, but they didn't have the right tire size. My problem with this bed is I've always got to keep after this back side. This is the farmer's field. He's got a cover crop in it this year. He does every year, but he does keep from spraying over here for me because he knows I do garden organically, and so I try to maintain this back here. Like I said, last year I wasn't able to because of my appendix surgery, so it got kind of out of hand, as you can see. But usually I weed eat back there and keep it down so it's I don't have an issue, but I'll get it squared away. So all right, who's your gardener here? Lord bless. Have a good day.